Hello, James Andrew here, recording a Hour of Devastation draft for Cheap Ass MTG. Yeah, I think the format's pretty sweet actually. It's certainly slowed down a fair bit from Triple Amonkhet. Not to say that it's a slow format, but it's certainly not as crazy fast. So we've got quite a few good options out of this pack. There's If Near Deadlands is like fantastic. Just like the fact that it's such a low cost to put this land in your deck, and then it's like a legit removal spell in the late game. So I have Vizier of the Anointed, which is a 2/4, which is going to get you an Eternalizer and Embalm creature into your graveyard. And whenever you do Eternalizer and Embalm, you get to draw a card. Yeah, I like that more than Open Fire. Probably a little more than If Near Deadlands, in fact. Yeah, I'm going to take the Vizier. Especially getting it early, we should be able to pick up some nice options to go and get with it. Okay. Catcher's Last Mercy, not a playable card, unfortunately. So River Hoopoe is pretty awesome. Hoopoe. But it just takes into a second colour. There's also just Supreme Will, which is a pretty solid counter mana leak / impulse split card. I think those are just better than any of these other options, really. Yeah, I think we just take the Supreme Will, probably. Seems better than going into another colour here. I think it's kind of close, actually. Like this, I think the Hoopoe is really strong. Yeah, I'm gonna take this, in fact. And like, I think green's pretty good in this format, honestly. Be my initial impression. It's a pretty late Abrade. Also another If Near Deadlands. If Near Deadlands does kind of require you to have quite a lot of black mana though, to activate it. So it's like relatively hard to splash, whereas Abrade is fairly splashable. Yeah, I think it's between these two for sure. I think we just take the Abrade, probably. Okay, I guess we take a Supreme Will now. Although, like, this Desert would be pretty good, or Unquenchable first. But I think Supreme Will is a little better. Ooh, well, Obelisk Spider is really, really strong. I'm not particularly keen on taking a black card here, though. On the other hand, there's also a Lethal Sting in the pack, which kind of implies black might be pretty open. This is definitely a format where you can splash, particularly if you're base green. You have these, Traveler's Amulets and whatnot. Yeah, I think I'm going to take the Obelisk Spider. Okay, so there's not strong black cards, but the fact that there's like 3 decent black cards in the pack seems to imply that we might be right about black being open. I'm kind of tempted to just take this Survivor's Encampment, though. Like, it's good fixing and it's a desert, which could well end up mattering. Devotee of Strength is pretty strong. We would like to pick up an Eternalized card or two, but I think we can. I don't think we need to take this Proven Competent here. Generally pick up a few stronger ones, and without having to take them over. Or if we do want Devotee of Strength, sorry, Proven Incompetent, we shouldn't have to take it over a stronger card as Devotee of Strength, I think. I think we're likely to pick one up later on. Okay, it's pretty late unsummon. We're looking like a pretty defensive deck, though. We could just take Wall of Forgotten Pharaohs. I've not had much of a chance to play with this card, but it seems pretty solid. I guess we'll just take the unsummon, though. Card's pretty strong. Okay, yes, we're seeing a few good black cards here. I think we want Ruin Rat over Wretched Camel. There are like a few effects in this format which punish for 1 toughness on Ruin Rat, but it's still a pretty solid card. Take a Manolith here. If we're going to be many colours, seems decent. I'm just going to take Tracer's Defeat out of this pack. These two cards are like kind of fringe playables at best of times, and Tracer's Defeat's the sideboard cards you actually want to board in, you know, so let's just take that. I don't really like any of these cards. I guess I'll just take this Carrion Screecher. It's pretty late Traveler's Amulet. That card is fairly solid, I think. It's a very late Liliana's Defeat. I think people kind of under-prioritize these sideboard cards. In a format like this, like, you're always going to have 23, 24 playables, you know? So cards like this, which are going to be like a really excellent, like one of the best cards in your deck when you do bring them in, it's, I think, generally worth taking over just sort of solid replacement level cards for your main deck. Okay, so we didn't pick up any Eternalized cards out of that pack, so we do need to be on the lookout for that. We also need to decide, like, and I think we're likely to be splashing in some way for some of these cards, but we need to decide what our base color is going to be. Because we could certainly splash like Vizier and River Hoopoe, but we probably would then cut the unsummon, for example. Okay, Vizier of a Menagerie I do not think is great. Okay, I guess the most likely mode will be 5 mana, get 3 drops, but it's kind of situational, you know? You're not necessarily going to have 3 drops with different names left in your deck when you draw this. I think it's decent, but I'm not sure we should be first picking it here. My intention is just take this Ritualist, because it's good fixing and ramp. We don't have much like big stuff yet, but I think this is really a deck which wants some like 7 drops or something. Yeah, I think I like that a little more than Cage for Menagerie. So there's another Vizier of the Anointed here. I guess we can just take this and then just super prioritize Eternalize and Embalm cards. Okay, none of this pack, but we do have a Banewhip Punisher, which is pretty strong. Yeah, I think I like just taking this. Like Tenacious Hunter is also excellent, but we don't have a lot of other counters and stuff. And the double green could also be problematic potentially. And we really need more removal in this deck, so I like just taking the Punisher. Okay, Torment of Hailfire is a really interesting card, I think. Like, generally these sort of Punisher effects are really bad, but I think this could be like a nice finisher, you know? I don't think we want to take it here, though. I think we probably just want this Tenacious Hunter. It's maybe a little better than another Ruined Rat. Still no Eternalized cards, which is unfortunate. Okay, we've got an Overcome here, which is certainly a powerful card. I don't think it's actually great in our deck, though. We're looking like pretty defensive. I kind of want to say this Rampaging Hippo. So we do need some stuff to do with all our mana. You know, we need a finisher. Yeah, I think I'm just taking Hippo here. And it's weird. It is a much less powerful card than Overcome. It just feels like we're going to be on the back foot a little too much with this deck to make Overcome good. Okay, so we've got a Merciless Eternal, which I think is pretty strong. It's hard to block this guy. So that's like a Ronus' Stalwart. I think that's just worse. We do need more 2s though, I guess. I think Merciless Eternal is better though. It's just enough for better card. We should just take it. Okay, that's a pretty interesting pick actually. These 2 free drops are both pretty good, but we're we have a bunch of frees already. Wall I think is solid, but we only have for 1 desert at the moment. I think I'm just going to take this desert, the Indomitable. So I'm getting rather nervous about our lack of eternalized creatures for these Viziers. Hopefully we get some good Embalm guys from pack 3. Wow, this is a really late Sunscourge champion. That card's very strong. And Farm to Market. Jeez. I don't think we want to try and move into another colour here though, so I'm just going to take this Ronus' Stalwart. Perfectly solid 2-drop. Okay, Proven Competent came back, that's really good. Jeez, there's just no one taking white cards out of his packs? I mean, white didn't seem like super open in pack 1 or anything. It's crazy. Anywho, taking Competent here. Not close. As we have the 2 Viziers. There'll be a lot of games where we won't be able to cast this on turn 1 if we have it in our opener. So we're not going to play that much blue mana. But I think getting like double blue in the late game to recast it should be pretty doable actually. I don't want any of these cards. I guess I'll just take this Spellweaver Eternal. In case we end up really wanting another 2-drop at some point. We could have had a great black-white deck, I think, but never mind. Okay, Grizzly Survivor, Countervailing Winds, Tragic Lesson. I don't have a lot of cycling, right? In fact, I have no cycling. I know I have 1 cycling guy. Guess I take Tragic Lesson. Probably don't play it. Yeah, like, we're pretty obviously supposed to be white in this draft, but I think we, I don't know, it didn't seem that open to me in pack 1, so I don't really know what happened. Yeah, I think at the moment we're just, like, cutting this unsummon, and, I think the rest of these blue cards are fine. So they're all, like, they're all decent in the late game, you know? Even Like, even though, like, HOU, for example, is a 2-drop, it's still going to be good if you play it on turn 5 or 6, you know, as a late game mana sink. Ooh, we opened a Patra. That's pretty awesome. We don't have a lot of ways to put counters on things. We have the, this guy, Banewhip Punisher. I think that's it at the moment. I'm still taking it, though. The card's awesome. Passing, like, obviously the next best card is Edifice. I think Hepatra won't wheel, even if there's no other green-black drafter, someone might just pick it up and try and splash it or something. I think it's good enough that we want to take it even over Edifice here. The card is super strong. Okay, probably taking Bone Picker here. That card is great. Like, 4 mana 3/2 Flying Death Touch is pretty good, and if you ever get to cast it for 1, it's just awesome. Okay, I guess we take Baleful Amonkhet too. We'd love this Evolving Wilds. But there are some really strong other cards in this pack. We could even... Like, I don't think it would be crazy to take this Aven Wind Guide. Because it makes our late game so good with these 2 Viziers. And we have, like, the Manalith and the Oasis Ritualist. Yeah, I guess that isn't really enough, though. Probably just going to take Baleful Amonkhet. Works with Hepatra quite nicely. Okay, Lord of the Accursed, we have not a lot of zombies. Do we not have any zombies? It's kind of an achievement to draft black in this format and not have any zombies. So it's between Final Ward and Splendid Agony. Like, Splendid Agony is excellent with Hepatra. But I think we want unconditional removal more, you know? I think, like, we don't have a lot of ways of dealing with, like, a big bomb creature, so I think I like taking the Final Ward here. Okay, still no Embalm cards, which sucks. I guess we're just taking Wandering Death here. We take Quarry Hauler, but I don't know. We have a bunch of, like, mediocre 4-drop creatures already. It's pretty close, actually, between Evolving Wilds and Naga Vitalist, I think. Probably just want Evolving Wilds, honestly. It's not like we're ramping particularly into roll that much. Essence Scatter a fine card too, but I think the fixing is more important. I suppose we could not be blue, right? If we don't get another Embalm creature. Yeah, take a Synchronized Strike here. Card's great. Like, we're not the best deck for it, but it's like such a high power level card that I think it's fine to take it anyway. I feel like we do want to play some amount of blue just because like, we're a deck that goes long but doesn't have like great late game like any huge late game threats. So this River HOU is actually really valuable. Okay, I think we want Final Ward more than Weaver of Currents here. Like, we only have the one big creature. I'm kind of tempted to, like, cut these blue cards. We don't have great options to bring in, like a Gift of Strength and a Carrion Screecher. Okay, and Burden, I think we might actually play here. Festering Mummy is a nice pickup, given we have Hepatra. I feel like it was pretty. I don't know. Maybe I was a bit keen picking up these two quite early, but I feel like we got pretty unlucky to not see any good Embalm or Eternalized creatures in our colour. Like, we passed that one Aven Wind Guide, but there are like quite a few in blue. I think we want Doom Dissenter here. I guess I didn't have all that many counters actually. Maybe it's Scorpion. Yeah, I guess it's Scorpion. Essence Scatter is good, but I'm not sure we're going to play enough blue to play it. Yeah, it sucks, but I think we're cutting these guys. I still quite like Supreme Will, because it's pretty good for late game, you know, it just digs you really deep. Yeah, I think this is fine. I like the Festering Mummy, just as like another way to get counters for Hepatra, and there's like quite a lot of 1 toughness creatures in the format. Kenk's Carrion Screech is the only thing we could really consider bringing in here. Maybe Flight Unburden. But I think I like it. I like this setup more. Let's play Desert. Do we want Survivor's Encampment? I guess we do. I think we only need 1 island. So we have Evolving Wilds, Survivor's Encampment, Manolith, and Oasis Ritualist. I guess I was thinking about this as a 17 land deck, but in reality it's like we have Manolith, a couple of Cyclers. I think we probably want to play 16 here and play this Carrion Screecher. Alright, well I think the deck's solid. I think. It's not it would have been so much better if we got some Embalm guys for these, but never mind. I'll take it for a spin. I'll see you back for round 1.